All right, good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I'm with you right now, and that's kind of all that really matters. Thank you for checking me out. Let me say hi to the people who say hi to me. We're going to make this quick because I got some stuff to get into. Dina, you know the angel was going to be first. Dina Johnson right out the gate, good afternoon. Anthony Prosser, good afternoon. Lewis Tolbert, good afternoon. Jerika Vaughn, good afternoon. Her name is Jerika Van, but I like to butcher it. It's just a thing I do. Let's see. Jacqueline Carter, our own Wonder Woman, good afternoon. Daryl Carpenter, good afternoon. Yo Underwood, good afternoon. Logic Slayer, good afternoon. Steban Speed, good afternoon. Karen Di Williams, good afternoon to you. Nikki Carter, good afternoon. And Dwayne Larkin, good afternoon. Diana Huddleston Angel, good afternoon to you. It's still afternoon in my mind. I don't know exactly when evenings start. So, as far as I'm concerned, evenings start when it's dark. So, good afternoon. Darren Edwards, good afternoon to you. Spence Oliver Jr., good afternoon. Regina Denson Griffin in the house, good afternoon. Let me see. I give it about 30 more seconds. Let a few more, if any more, decides to pop up. I'll say good afternoon to you if you say good afternoon to me, or hello, or whatever the case may be. I'm giving you about 20 more seconds. Because then I'm going to get right into it. Danny B. Dozier. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Danny. Good afternoon. All right. Let's get into it. Like, look, everybody know. Oh, hold on a second. Let me silence this phone. Richard Chappell, good afternoon. Or is it Richard Chappelle? Good afternoon. DeAndre Crosby, good afternoon. Edward Bentley, good afternoon to you. Y'all got that in because I've had to silence my phone. All right. Now everybody's talking about the brawl, the melee, the fight that happened downtown. And, you know, I gave my thoughts on it, not yesterday, but the day before yesterday. But as I'm paying attention to everything that's going on, everything that's going down, I've had a change of heart. Y'all remember when I was doing the show on Monday, I kept saying, if this guy started it then, if this guy did this then, I'm not even sure that I believe that anymore. And here is what's kind of getting me, right? I'm paying attention to the way, so I'm trying to figure out how to set it up so that it makes perfect sense. Okay, if you weren't here Monday, here was the way that I kind of looked at it. I said, if that man started that fight, he was wrong. If he hit that dude first, he was wrong. And then everybody else went too far. Right? And, you know, I kind of talked about that. I've changed my mind. Because I'm paying attention to the way that everybody's talking about it, right? And I'm hearing some of my Caucasian brothers and sisters, I'm hearing the way that they're talking about it. And one of the things that I said was, I don't get embarrassed by stuff that I don't do, right? If I didn't do it, I'm not embarrassed. I'm going to retract that. I'm going to have to retract that because I'm listening to my Caucasian brothers and sisters and I'm listening. Did y'all hear what J.D. Vance had to say? J.D. Vance said he was so embarrassed by those Caucasian people's actions, them downtown brawling and fighting in the middle of the street, he said he was so embarrassed by that and that somebody needs to do something to rein in the community. The community, meaning, I'm presuming the white community, has gone too far. And something has to be done. People need to check themselves. And I can respect that. And did y'all hear what Elon Musk had to say? Yeah, Elon Musk said he was embarrassed by the actions of those white people down there, acting a fool, being drunk, hitting people, getting into fights. He said as a community, they had to come together and, put out a better image of who they are. He said as a community, they got work to do. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm right. And I'm listening to Cunningham on 700 WLW, and he said he was embarrassed by the actions of those Caucasian people who was down there fighting. He said he was embarrassed. He said it's embarrassing to the race, to the Caucasian race, that those people would be down there acting like that. He said it puts a stain on them. It affects how people view them. And they don't want to be viewed as people who are downtown brawling. And I'm hearing all of the Caucasian, I don't want to call them elites, but the upper class, them people who done arrived. Civic leaders and thought leaders and political leaders. I'm hearing all of the Caucasian leaders put the responsibility on those Caucasian people and be embarrassed by those Caucasian people. And I was like, you know what? I respect that. And it allowed me to take a step back and look at it and say, you know what? I'm embarrassed too. I'm embarrassed too. I might even go turn myself in. Because if those people did it, it's the same as me doing it. I'm just as guilty as they are. I'm embarrassed, I'm ashamed, and I'm guilty. And I need to go turn myself in. See, that's what I'm getting from the Caucasian community, that they take ownership and responsibility for the actions of specific individuals in their community. They understand that the actions of that man reflects on them, and they take full responsibility for it. And as a community, they stand together and say, we have to make changes. I was listening. There was listening. I was on my Facebook account, and there was a well-to-do Caucasian man who done, pulled himself up by his bootstraps. And, now he's got a little bit of something, And, he kind of perceives himself as above, that. And he's like, if you guys are using the fact that they may or may not have said something to him or said something to his wife as an excuse for why this Caucasian man slapped that grown man, something is wrong with you, and you need to get your priorities in order. Caucasian man said that. He said, there is no excuse for what I witnessed my Caucasian brother do. He said brother, I'm sure. But there's no excuse for what I witnessed my Caucasian brother do. He didn't even take no time to talk about, the other side and how bad they were. He only talked about his side and how bad they were. I was like, I respect this. I respect this. So, yeah, I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed by what I saw happen downtown. And I might go turn myself in. Because the other side, the Caucasian brothers and sisters of mine, are taking full responsibility for the actions of their representatives. And so we should take full responsibility for the actions of our representatives. And some of them was harsh. Some of the Caucasians that I've heard talking, I saw it live, and it was this Caucasian man, you know what I'm saying? He had arrived. He was financially, secure. He came up from the trailer park, started from the bottom, now he here. And he was like, that's ridiculous that Caucasian people would act like that. As a community, we got to do better. And even though they was older people, he was like, we need to see how did their parents raise them. Maybe we need to hold their parents accountable. No, he didn't say that. I'm just making that part up. So, yeah, I like that. I like that. And I can appreciate that Caucasian people are taking responsibility for the bad behavior of other Caucasian people and holding Caucasian people, to account. And y'all do understand that none of that stuff actually happened. You are not going to hear Caucasian people do that. You're not going to hear white people get on the radio, go on their Facebook page, go on the news and say, hey, them white people were wrong. And I'm embarrassed by their actions. You're not going to hear that. Something need to happen to them white people that did that stuff. You're not going to hear that. It even sounded ridiculous to me when I was saying it because we all know that's not what you're going to hear probably ever. So I don't understand why we don't take the cue. Again, I've heard not a single white person say that white guy was wrong. He got into a fight. He got into a fist fight in the street. He got jumped and he lost. But you don't hear white people talking about how wrong he was and how the community need to do something, do you? Why? Because he's one white guy. And the way that they see it, he don't represent them. He don't represent their community. His bad actions represents him. That's it. For real, I ain't heard a single white person say, I'm so embarrassed that that guy was out there drunk fighting in the street. I ain't heard a single white person say it. I'm not saying ain't no white people said it. They might have, but I haven't heard it. They definitely not plastered all over and I got white friends on Facebook. They not plastered all over my, giving, to take CK's word, giving soliloquies about how people are shameful for making excuses for this and this and that. And some of them got money. I'm saying the people I'm talking, they got money. But it's funny to me that the black people that I see who have arrived, not all of them, but most of the pushback that I'm seeing in social media, who, really want to focus on how bad the black community is and what we need to do to fix the black community and talking about how wrong those people was. And if you using this as an excuse to excuse this behavior, then something is wrong with you. All of them are black people who perceive themselves as having made it. And y'all don't know how much I hate air quotes. But these are the people who done made it. And I don't understand how we don't understand the game. Some of us. How some of us don't understand the game. I don't get it. I really don't. Look, I get it. Black man, black woman, you somebody. And so you have to make a point of distancing yourself from those people. I get it. You could just not post anything. Because if the thing is, hey, I don't think men should hit women, you would be on there every week because it's a video out every week about fights going down and dudes knocking out women. And look, don't get me wrong. I know to watch a woman get knocked out by a dude is hard to watch. Let me tell you how I know that. I knew it before this weekend. I knew it because, again, I do be watching fight videos. I'm ashamed of myself. I'm embarrassed. I do something bad to myself after I finish watching them. But I do be watching fight videos. And y'all don't know how many dudes I done seen knock out chicks. Bam! Boom, she hit the ground. She out cold. And I'll be like, oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. I know some of these people done seen them same videos. Why wasn't you on here talking about how horrible it was for men to hit women when it was a black man knocking out a black woman? Oh, it's horrible now. Because I don't know that lady name. I don't want to say nothing bad about her. But because the Caucasian lady got knocked out, that's so horrible. How do y'all not know the game? They're actually using you to talk down about your people. They won't do it. They don't talk down about their people, for the most part. I'm trying to think of an incident where something happened. Like, I'm even thinking back January 6th. I heard people talking about it was bad. But I still didn't hear no white people like, I'm so embarrassed by this. I'm so embarrassed by this. They just said the people that did that, half of the people was like, yeah, they did a great job. Half of the people was like, that was terrible. And as a nation, that can't happen. But none of them was like, I'm so embarrassed by the white community for doing that. I didn't hear that. As a white community, we've got to fix this, and we're so bad, and our morals have gotten so. I didn't hear that stuff. They said those people who did that and those people who follow him are bad people. But none of them said that reflects us. That's a reflection on white people. That's going to reflect how everybody else looks at white people. They say that's going to reflect on them and him. I promise y'all, I don't understand why our well-to-do, because I'm telling you, it just seems to me, almost everybody that I know who like, bruh, I'm trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? I work a job. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to make it. I'm just trying to make it. But then you got those people that want to project, I've made it, I've arrived, I'm better than those people, I'm better than these people, I got money, I got nice cars, I got this, I got that. Those are the people who want to say all this bad stuff about these people. And look, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying what they did was right. I'm just saying they weren't the only people who was wrong. And even when they wrong, I'm telling y'all, this ain't that hard. Pay attention. Look at when things happen. Look at it. Listen to what's being said. Listen to the other side. Hold on. Who amongst us don't believe that it's wrong to slap people? You don't hear white people talking about that white guy was wrong. They not going to highlight that. But we got to highlight it. For whatever reason, we got to highlight it. It makes us seem like we're above something or we're above someone. Man, we got to relate it to everybody else and, us as a community. This is how we get down and all of that kind of stuff. I promise you, when I say I don't get it, I genuinely don't understand the thought process behind the people who feel the need to do this. I genuinely don't get it. I get it. You got some money. I get it. You think you better than other people. That I get. But is it, I'm better than other people, I got some money, I want to distance myself from these types of black people and more associate myself with the mindset or the perceived mindset of these Caucasian people? For real, is that it? I'm asking, is that it? I mean, it's almost like we should be like, hey, look, it don't matter who started it. If a white man want to slap somebody, that white man got the right to slap whoever he want to. And if he choose you to be the one to slap, man up and deal with it. Just get slapped and move on. I don't know that nobody gonna actually have that mentality. I don't get it. One of y'all people who do that, because I know a few of y'all watch this show and y'all don't like it. For a few of y'all who do that, call in and tell me, what do you get out of that? Now, I was about to call names. I don't want to call any actual names. I'm trying to be good. And I don't want to call any names. But I get if you're running for office and you think you're going to need some white votes. You might want to, you standing up, posting about how the black community need to do better. You trying to get you some white votes. I get it. I don't like it because it's going to cost you votes, whereas at least it's going to cost you one vote. I was going to vote for you. I was going to vote for you. But I can't vote for you if that's your mentality when something like this happens. And I was going to vote for you. Like, it was in the bag. You didn't have to do nothing. Just be you and be on the ballot. And you had my vote. Now, I can't see it. I can't see it. I don't know what you would have to do to earn that vote. But I can't see it. And I like you. That's the crazy thing. Because to me, it's not about, I like you, I think you would do this, and I think you would be good for Cincinnati, and maybe that's the reason why you should vote for somebody. But for me, a part of why I'm a vote, or why I was going to vote for you, is because I figured, when it all come down, something happens, in city council and they're allocating funds, you're going to be looking at it and you're going to be like, hold on. Now, black people deserve some of that money too. Hold on. No, that money don't just go to Oakley. Avondale needs some money. You know what I'm saying? That you was going to be, that person. But this speaks to me in terms of, if you can't say anything about wrong, like that guy was wrong and those people were wrong, but those people don't represent the vast majority of Cincinnatians and black Cincinnatians, well, we got to do better as a community. What? Now, the numbers that's been kind of thrown at me is somewhere around 80,000 people came and went downtown to the festival. And, a lot of people, because last year I did, but I didn't this year. A lot of years, even if I don't go to the actual concert itself, I go downtown. I shop at the vendors because I want to support the vendors who are down there and, walk around and, kind of me and Mrs. Livingston, we kick it. That's such a 1980s term, but y'all know what it means. And so I'm just, 100,000 black people downtown. How many fought? How many of them got into a fight? How many of them was involved in that fight? I know y'all think when I say this stuff, like Emanuel, you oversimplifying it. No, I'm not. But 100,000 or so black people went downtown over the weekend, and let's just say 10 of them whooped some white guy ass. What's the percentage on that? And how does that minuscule percentage represent the black community? So we got to do better. Now, those people got to do better. But that don't represent me. I know I be preaching this all the time, and it drives people crazy. I know it do. It drives me crazy to have to keep saying it. Look, people are people. Black people do wrong stuff. White people do wrong stuff. Everybody do wrong stuff. The only reason this is getting as much attention as it is, number one, it kind of went a little viral. But number two, because this was white people on the losing end. If this same video happened and the people who got jumped and knocked out were black people, we wouldn't still be talking about this. First, it wouldn't have went viral. White people being victims will go viral. Second, it wouldn't have been positioned as, ooh, they're victims. It would have been positioned as, big fight. It might have still been positioned as, is it safe downtown? They might have still been saying that, but it wouldn't have been all of this extra racial stuff. Of course it wouldn't. It wouldn't have been extra racial people. But again, I see fights like this all the time. I see videos of fights all the time. I see videos of white people fighting. I see videos of black people fighting. I see videos of Asian people fighting all the time. Now, granted, the videos that I see of Asian people fighting, they mostly karate movies, but it don't matter. The fact is, I see a lot of videos of people fighting. I don't hear this big, oh, we got to do something. Oh, we got to charge people. I was just kind of reading, and one of them dudes got like a $500,000 bond. Now, he had some other stuff going on, but I think the sister got like $100,000 bond. $100,000 bond. And what bond would she have had if it was all black people? And the video, people saw the video, and people said, oh, that's horrible. And then they picked her up and arrested her for fighting some other black people. What you think her bond would have been? I don't think she would have had one. OR bond gone, and if you whoop some ass tomorrow, then we'll see you tomorrow. This ain't about fighting. This ain't about safety in Cincinnati. And again, to my well-to-do black people, I like y'all. I respect y'all most of the time. But you playing right into their hands. That's what they want you to do. They want you on social media, on the news, on the radio, in the community, continuing to reinforce the idea that there is something wrong with the black community. And they know that you'll do it. They know you will. Now, here's what I'll say. I saw Scotty Johnson on Lincoln Ware. Was that yesterday? I think that was yesterday. And Scotty Johnson said the police chief assured him, or at the very least, she said, I don't think he was saying that it was a personal assurance. Anybody who put their hands on somebody else is going to get arrested. But then, I hear today, and how true it is, I don't know. I can't say that it's true, but I hear today that might not be the case. That might not be the case. Maybe the white guy who slapped the brother ain't gonna get arrested, because that was a slap, not a hit. Look, I don't know. Veronica says, yes, E, they will. I don't know that they will. I don't know that they will. I heard today that they won't. Again, I don't know if that's true. All I'm really saying is, because this ain't for probably the majority of y'all, ain't running around condemning the whole black community because less than 1/100% of the black people who were down there participated in a fight. I think that would be even less than 1/1000%, but I didn't do the math. I could be wrong. But the majority of y'all ain't out there condemning the whole black community because about 10 people did some bad stuff. But I want those of you, if you know what I'm saying, y'all dismiss me, don't, pay no attention, whatever. Ignore me if you want to. But to my well-to-do black people who can't help themselves, who always seem to fall into the same trap. It's typically the same people falling into the same trap over and over and over. Just try not saying anything. If you can't be balanced, try not saying anything. When the white people that you're trying to impress ask you what you think of it, you could just say, man, the whole thing was horrible. Everybody involved. But you're not going to say that because you got to make them feel, or you have to perceive that they feel good about you and they feel like you one of the good ones. Fame says, get out. I wasn't even thinking about Smitherman. There were other people that I was thinking about. I wasn't even thinking about Smitherman. Believe it or not, I kind of expect that from him. Brent.
Hey, what's going on, E-Man?
How you doing?
I'm all right. Yeah, when you first started out and everything and with your story, I was like, hold up, I ain't heard nobody say. I was like, aha. It was like the soup thing.
Yes.
In Coming to America. Try the soup. No, you try the soup. Try the soup. But yeah. But what the story that comes to mind, the real life event that comes to mind is Dylan Ruth.
Mm-hmm.
When that white boy went into that church and massacred all of those folks. And what is the first thing that the reporters did when they met with the family members and everything? They stuck that microphone in their face. What is the first thing they asked them?
Do you forgive him?
Do you forgive? Exactly. And white folks was as quiet as church mouse.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't say anything. They didn't say they condemned him or anything. And in fact, anytime the white folks said it, they would condemn violence overall or killing overall. They weren't embarrassed. They weren't shocked. They weren't sad. Goodness, even when they killed, the Sandy Hook, killed all them white kids, they weren't embarrassed about that. And in fact, they wasn't calling for. Well, there was a soft call for gun control, but that got immediately squashed. Wasn't going. It's not time. Now is not the time to have that discussion. Yes, it is the time to have the discussion, because if now is not the time, when is the time to address even your own white kids getting killed? And that just goes to a heart issue and a fundamental moral issue. But I think, man, with some of them, I think it's just subconscious. It's subconscious in the way of. They're playing respectability politics, because they're thinking maybe if I show them that I'm different than those folks that were, that were in that fight, then they will think better of me. Hell no.
Right, but they really think that. And if you don't agree with them, they start attacking you like, I know you fat, I know you out of shape, I know you ain't got no money, I know you ain't gonna never be nothing, but some of us, you're like, what are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about that was about a specific person who, for whatever reason, decided that he was going to post about it today and then got mad when people didn't agree with his, kind of white butt kissing.
But yeah, I think it's subconscious with some folks where they feel they have to play those respectability politics. And you remember back seeing the videos of the 60s, during the civil rights struggle and the marches and everything, they were sicking dogs on folks in their Sunday best. They was turning water hose on them. They was gassing them and beating them over the head with billy clubs. And they were dressed good.
Mm-hmm.
Wearing those church Sunday go to meeting clothes didn't stop them or didn't change their impression. So
No, it didn't.
even if we are perfect, even if we finish top of our class, even if we have more qualifications than every other white person and non-white person on the Supreme Court, they'll still say DEI. They'll still say she's not qualified. They'll still try to find some little small morsel to discredit you or disparage you so they can continue to justify treating you the same way that they've always treated you. So Yeah, it is a trap that folks fall into, and I agree. The best thing is just to stay silent. Don't say nothing. Do like they do.
Yeah,
Learn from them.
yeah,
Because you may have a white person here that come to you in private and is like, oh, what happened to George Floyd? Even back then, what happened to him was wrong, and how can I be an ally? But they won't say it publicly because why? They know they will get the ridicule of other white folks, and they don't want that. They are comfortable with where they are. They'll show a little tacit support, and then once the election cycle comes along, we're going to vote for the same racists that continue to push the policies that are harming our community. So yeah. And what was one of the white councilmen, did he call for $2 million to give to the cops?
yeah. He wanted $2 million for more policing downtown. Yes.
$2 million for that. No real plan for it. Just give it to police.
Yeah, yeah.
For more policing. But what's the current deficit or the cuts that needed for the CPS school budget? Isn't it like $50 million, or that's what the deficit was?
Well, but the CPS school budget and the city of Cincinnati budget are totally different.
That's not in the same budget?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought they were all in the same budget, same pot of money, just divvied up in any way you got to do. Okay, so I'll skip that whole point altogether. But something similar happened in Fort Wayne. A fight where it looked like to be black versus white. But in Fort Wayne, it was a black guy who was at a bar who was a regular customer, and it was the bar owner's boyfriend told the black guy he couldn't drink no more, even though he had nothing, well, he said he couldn't, the story goes he couldn't drink anymore. But then it turned into, well, he didn't pay his tab, which he was a regular customer. He always paid his tab. And then ultimately, this black man got beat up by an entire biker gang. But the story didn't get the national attention. In fact, they tried to cover it up and hide it, but I used to live in Fort Wayne, and I got friends up there, and they would send me the stories and send me some of the local stuff. But it just shows you how they get outraged when they want to get outraged in order to find another reason to keep their foot on your neck. Another reason to try to see, look what that black person did, and you that black person, because they're always going to see us as a monolith. They can walk around in anonymity and be singular unto themselves, but they always group us, and we tend to group ourselves. And you can call out wrong, but good Lord, don't go above and beyond what you need to do. And bottom line, that white dude got what he got. If he never would have slapped the dude, then the other dude, because I think it was a different dude that came.
Came in from round.
Stole on him.
Yeah.
But once again, he was big and bad. He thought, and one thing I never did hear anyone say, what was that white dude being down there around all them black people? It was the music festival. He knew he shouldn't have been down there. No way. You never heard anything like that because if it had been a Kenny Chesney concert, they'd be like, what's that black dude being there? Well, he knew who he was going to be around.
Yeah, actually,
they'd always try to find
that would
a
have
way.
been black people saying that. What was those well-to-do black people would have been the ones saying, what was he doing at that concert anyway? He knew what he was getting into, and so whatever happened, he responsible for that. Those same well-to-do black people would have been the ones saying that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy. And then you got jalopies and Studebakers and Pintos. Calling in, got a cake for the white man, and was so upset, that somebody black called a white racist a clown and called his mama a clown. But
I didn't hear that. I missed it Because, I was in Chipotle. Chipotle, I'm sorry, Cherry. I was in Chipotle.
You was focused on that rice.
Yeah, when that happened, and then when I got back out to the car, I was like, what? What? His name is Scotty. Like, what are we talking about? What happened? So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's, emotions get involved, and you know how that can be with folks like that. But it's all good. Folks are going to be who they're going to be.
You know what? I didn't get a chance to discuss Hulk Hogan dying. Terry Bollea.
Yeah.
And let me say this, dude was a racist. Like, I don't sit back and wish for anybody to die, because, that's serious. But I'm not bothered by the fact that he's not here no more. Dude was a racist. No. And then, everybody like, well, but what about his family and what about his children? And he gone now and you have to think about his family and his children. He wasn't thinking about black families and black children when he was here being a racist. So I'm not thinking about his family or his children when he gone, knowing, because all I'm doing is saying that he is what he is, and they already knew he was that. So why would it hurt them to learn what they already knew, or to hear me say, yeah, dude was a racist? I don't feel no way about Hulk Hogan being dead. No. He dead.
Yeah, and even Brooke Hogan, his daughter, I saw a news story where saying that she wanted to be taken out of the will completely. She didn't want nothing that his father had, but apparently she got her own money with restaurants and things and like that. So it's not hurting their family. It's just hurting them because Hulk Hogan was their idol. Hulk Hogan is America. Even his All-American beer and even what he did there with Trump and everything. And you go back and look at a lot of his angles where he was, he saved Bob Backlund from the Wild Samoans. And then he beat the Iron Sheik. That was during it was a little while after the Iran hostage situation, but he had a lot of angles in there, and then we know about the union busting that he did, and him sleeping with Bubba the Love Sponge. Name don't even sound right.
Yeah,
his
but
wife,
I don't care nothing about. Hey, if he lets you have sex with his wife, that's between y'all. I don't care nothing about that. But he's calling black people N-words. And admitting that he's racist. How do you be mad at somebody for saying that somebody who said I'm racist is racist? I don't understand that.
Yeah. And even with people like Mark Henry and Booker T still don't like him. And Booker T got some questionable stuff too. But even Mark Henry, even when that whole deal came out, he went to, Mark Henry tells the story that he went to Hulk Hogan to say, hey, I think we need, in order to help you out, let's go to some of these black colleges and everything, and, essentially do an apology tour. And Hogan was like, hell to the no. So Mark Henry is like, okay, well, you stay your ass over there. You done drew your line in the sand. So, you stay over there, and I'm cool right where I am. So, there is nothing controversial to say Hogan was a racist,
no,
or even pal around with racists. And I saw one thing where they were saying that the death angel that touched Uncle Charles in the forehead touched the wrong tanned racist. He was supposed to touch Donald Trump and wind up getting him. So the death angel is even catching heat from people on this side of the River Jordan. So,
all right.
But that's all. Was there anything else, Russell? Man, I'm so far behind. Things have still been super busy here, and it's like 103 out there, which is insane. So
it's good for you.
But that's all I got.
All right, Brent.
All right, take it easy.
All right. That was Brent. Somebody posted something that I wanted to say something about. I gotta find it. Terrence Howard in the house. I like when we have celebrities in the house. Terrence Howard is in the house. Thank you for checking me out every once in a while, Terrence. I appreciate you. Somebody has said, I think it was Black Lion, was like, hey, you did a great job at the radio station. It ain't been the same. It hasn't been the same since I left. I agree with you. It's gotten better. I think Terrence and Raven raised the bar significantly. And I appreciate both of their talents. I know she's not there anymore, but she was there, and she raised the bar, and now Terrence is there, and he's still raising the bar. So, hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that guy. Terrence says, I met Mark Henry at the station. Nice guy. Yeah. I think I met him once at the station, and he was a nice guy. That Batista was not a nice guy. I met Batista. He was not a nice guy. But all the other wrestlers that I met at the radio station were nice guys. Who's the Hurt Business? Bobby Lashley. Met him at the radio station. Man, he was a nice dude. He was a nice dude. Now, I mean, of course, they coming into the radio station for the most part. When celebrities go out to meet people, they should be on their best behavior. That Batista wasn't. But for the most part, they should be on their... So if you meet a celebrity and you're like, he was not nice, that's probably just not a nice person. Because if I'm coming to, promote my event, I'm not going to be an a-hole to nobody. I'm trying to promote my event. So, there's a good chance that when you meet celebrities on their promotional tours, they're going to be nice people. Let me see. There was, David, Bobby Lashley. There was something else that I wanted to discuss. I'm pretty much finished with the brawl that happened. It happened. Look, some people have already been arrested. I was reading in BBC, this British broadcasting company. Yes, they're running update stories about the fight in Cincinnati. How ridiculous is that? How ridiculous is it that this is international news? And I did see a few of you who said, but the lady was Russian and she done gone back to Russia. And I'm not saying that is or is not true. I don't know. But I don't foresee no white people mugshots coming out of this. And like I keep saying it, and it's really all I have to say. Hitting people is wrong. And if you're going to punish people who hit people, punish everybody who hit somebody. And it's not reasonable to tell a man, it's okay for this dude to slap. Like, for real, I know I said I was done, but for real, think about this. You get into some sort of a verbal altercation, which apparently some people refer to as a fight, even though nobody got hit. So you get into a verbal altercation with somebody, people breaking it up. It don't matter what happened before that. What happened? We was face to face. We was nose to nose. People pulled us apart. And then I reach out and slap you. So well, what happened before the slap? To me, that don't matter. To me, that you get to a point where something was going on. We was face to face. We got pulled apart, and you reached out and slapped me. Hold on, twin. I'm gonna tell y'all. Remember, Zimmerman. He killed Trayvon Martin. What was his name again? What was his name, twin? George Zimmerman. Thank you.
George Zimmerman.
Yeah, George Zimmerman. He killed Trayvon Martin. And everybody was like, he guilty. And I told everybody at that time, from a legal perspective, I'm not an attorney. I didn't go to law school. None of that kind of stuff. But I knew from a legal perspective, he was going to be found not guilty. Here's why I knew he was going to be found not guilty. Because legally speaking, he chased that boy and he this and he that. Yes, all of that. And if he had just shot and killed him right then and right there, he'd have been found guilty probably. But because they separated, and I don't remember every single detail, but basically because Trayvon Martin circled around and then kind of caught up to him, what they have, at least I know in Florida at the time, they called it regaining your innocence, right? So in essence, twin, if me and you, if I start some stuff, right? And you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about your mama. I'm talking about your daddy. Whatever. I do whatever I do. I follow you 10 blocks. And you walking away like, bro, get out my face. 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 I'm all up in your face. Whatever I do. And then, nothing takes place. And then I leave. And then you make up your mind. No, I ain't finished with this. And you come after. When I left, twin, I regained my innocence. Right. So you can't say he provoked me. No, because the action stopped and he walked away. Then you re-engaged. So now you are the aggressor. I regained my innocence. I'm saying all that to say, when I saw the video of these two guys, almost face to face and people pulling them apart, no matter what happened before then, y'all apart now. You don't get to just reach out and slap him. Whatever he may or may not have done, he regained his innocence. So when you reach out and slap him, you become the aggressor. I'm not making that up. That's a legal principle. Ask any good lawyer. They'll tell you. That's a legal principle. Now, am I saying that's the way it's going to go down? No, because we know they will ignore legal principles and all that kind of stuff to get the outcome that they want. But I'm telling you, as a legal principle, when I walk away, when the fracas is over, and then you re-engage, you're the aggressor. Just in case people didn't know that. Because I keep hearing people, well, you don't know what happened before. Well, I heard that somebody touched his wife. And it don't matter. It don't matter. We don't know what happened before he slapped him. It don't matter. The police still investigating. It don't matter. We saw a clear break them up and a dude reach out and slap another dude. Twin.
What's up, E, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Just looking at that jersey. What size is that, 5X?
I think this is an extra large, bro.
That can't be no extra large. Come on, E, man.
How you gonna tell me? This is an extra large.
Don't raise your voice, man. Dang, I didn't do it. I didn't say you that jersey. What you raise your voice at, E, man?
This is an extra large jersey. Why are you so worried about my clothes? Why you always trying to get me out my clothes, bro? That's suspect.
Come on, E. Come on, E. I'm just saying, look a little bit too big on you, man. Last time you had the junkyard dog shirt on, like your alley mechanic, and you couldn't fit that. Man, the jersey all looks like it's a little too big for you, man, or something. I don't know. I'm just messing with you, E. What's going on?
It's all good. Nothing much. What's going on with you? Man, they was tearing you up earlier today.
What you say?
They was tearing you up earlier today.
Oh, that's, Twin used to be mad about it, but, I'm used to it now. So I hit on them and everything, and, it's a problem when I do it. It's okay when they do it, but, I'm used to it, man. I just get in the chat instead of just to talk smack or call in, man. Because sometimes you don't speak the truth, man. And then sometimes people be in the chat, excuse me, be in the chat, I'm like, why don't y'all just call in or something? Y'all always in the chat wanting questions and answers and whatever. Call in. I don't like
Wait,
sitting there. No.
who don't speak the truth?
I mean, the local leaders as well.
Oh,
I don't be telling the truth about nothing. Hey, man, my
that's true.
cousin Jericho want to know who is they?
Who is who?
Who is they when you said she wanted a name and everything, man? When you was talking about, I like this person who's running for council. You don't want to.
I'm not gonna say this person's
You
name.
hypocritical because you said that like
Wait,
when somebody called in a week ago. Who is they? Who is they? Click. You hung up on them. You was back and forth. So when somebody asks you, now it's a problem. So she just wanted to be nosy. Which I don't really care. I'm just asking for.
I'm pretty sure she's capable of asking for herself.
That's Jericho. Hey, I was looking earlier at Victoria Parks, the councilman.
Okay.
You know, yeah, I was looking, man. They going at her because she said they begged for their ass whooping, and I'm grateful for the story. You think she was wrong for saying that?
Hold on. What did she say?
She said they begged for that ass whooping, but I'm grateful for the story.
Okay, I'm not sure. You're saying hold on, say it
The
again.
the couple that
They
got out.
bag for a ass whooping? What is it? What
They
does that mean?
I don't know. It's on the Hodge Twins. It's called the Hodge Twins post or whatever. And I'm looking, and people had her throat and everything. And she said they begged for it, but I'm grateful for the story.
I don't know what that means. What does it mean? They bag for it?
Meaning they was asking for that ass whooping. They
Oh,
came to them. Come on, get it.
No. Forgive me. I wasn't here. I thought you were saying beg. They begged for that
Yeah,
whooping.
BEGGED.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you were saying bag, and I was like, this is some more of that damn Chicago slang that I don't understand.
No.
So, okay, you're
No.
saying they begged for it, and
Yeah, and she thankful for the story. So you
okay.
think she wrong for saying that?
I don't understand it. She's thankful for the stuff. I don't understand the comment, so I can't say whether it's right or whether it's wrong. I
Meaning,
understand, basically he asked for it. That part I get. I'm thankful for the story. That part I don't. I would need some context in what she meant when she said that.
I'm pretty sure she's saying, yeah, they asked for it, so this what they got, and thanks for the story. But if it was on the other foot, Emanuel, they would have gave that black girl, young lady, OR bond.
Yeah.
By them being white and all that, they raised it up to almost a murder bond, especially that guy, the other guy, 500,000. Whoa.
Yeah.
I guess they raised his up because he was already out on a case or something like that. I heard. I don't know how true it is.
Yeah. He was
So,
according to the story. Again, I don't take none of the stuff that I hear as 100% factual, but according to the story, yes, he was out on bond from another something.
did you watch the public meeting yesterday?
I did not watch the public meeting yesterday.
Oh, I thought you probably tuned in and watched. So, E, you know Cincinnati more than me. You've been here all your life.
Well, not
So,
true.
E, tell me, man, what's your thoughts and really your opinion on this
On what?
case or whatever?
I just spent an hour and 2 minutes telling you my opinion.
Yeah, my bad. I woke up late
Oh.
and I didn't realize you was.
I think
I guess you don't go, but I'll go back and listen to you.
I'll share again. I think everybody involved was wrong.
Do you think it's racial?
Do I think what's racial?
This is.
It all depends on what you're talking about. See, I understand because I heard, and y'all know me. I do like to call names, even though I'm not gonna say the one name. But I heard Wyatt saying it's not racial. And I understand what he was doing and what he was saying. Or at least my perception of what he was saying was, we don't want to paint this as they attacked those people because of their race. That part I understand. And what I'm saying, I don't necessarily think that part was 100% racial. I do think it was partially racial because there is, and it's America's fault. There is a thing about Caucasian people, white people, feeling this sense of entitlement, and they can do and say anything, in particular to black people and get away with it. And, if I'm going to just be a little honest, not 100% honest, but a little honest. If I see a white guy attacking a black guy, I don't really know what the situation is, but if I'm inclined to help anybody, I'm going to help the black guy, even knowing no details, because of the history of white people in this country and the treatment that black people have gotten from, white people historically in this country. So, sure, you see a melee going on, you see people getting pulled apart, and you see a grown white man slap a grown black man. You like, oh, no, we not doing this. Not in Cincinnati in 2025. Had that been two black people, I don't think it would have necessarily gotten to the level that it got to. So I think race played a part, but I don't think that it played, the part of what started it and the sole reason why he was getting his ass whooped. Now, if you're asking, do I think the coverage of it and the way that it looks like it's going to be prosecuted is racial? 100%. It's racial. 100%.
Okay. I was just, wanting your opinion. That's all I got to say, man. Have a good day, man.
All right.
Okay, man.
All right. I feel like somebody made him get off the phone. And I'm not mad about it. Yeah, the coverage of it, definitely racial. The prosecution of it, definitely racial. The actual incident itself, and I can't even say that wouldn't have happened, because I told you I watch a lot of fights. I see a lot of fight videos. Black people fighting black people, white people fighting white people, Asian people fighting Asian people. I see a lot of these videos. And people do get really aggressive when they fight. I mean, it's a fight. It's an aggressive situation. So I can't say it wouldn't have gone down the exact same way if everybody involved was black. But I don't know. I do think, and for real, I'm just thinking about me. If I see a situation such as that, my racial antenna, as some people might say, is going to be up, and I'm going to be like, hey, wait a minute. What make him think that he can just slap that man? There's some level of entitlement there, and this ain't 1960 no more. That is going to pop into my head. I don't know if that makes it a hate crime or not. I'm pretty sure it don't, but that's the way they going to play it. Dante.
How you doing, Emanuel?
Dante, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I just wanted to comment that, like you said before, I think that the difference is because that white people was involved. But I think the way that it's going now, I think like as far as the businesses and everything, like I think it was something that they've been wanting to do, but never had a legitimate reason. This was the reason for everybody, the businesses and the white folks, the politicians, to speak out on how they've been feeling for a while, but really had no reason, because this wasn't that big of a deal. I don't think it was that big of a deal. It was just a fight. And then two, I think that, like my mom always told me, like, just because you pinch me, don't expect me to pinch you back. Like you might pinch me, my resolution may be to hit you in the face. But your action, you can't judge. You can't tell me what my reaction is going to be to what you did to me.
Right.
You should need to keep your hands to yourself.
Agreed.
So, and then one thing I wanted to ask you about the shooting in New York.
Okay.
So I read today that one of the people that was killed in the building, she's like the head of this marketing firm or mortgage company called Blackstone or something. And they were saying that the guy's target has something to do with him, like the mortgage company and the people, and the company that the Blackstone company was supposed to be located on the 33rd floor, which was where he was headed to. It wasn't. I think they're saying it's a cover up, and they are saying it's the NFL. I don't know how true that is. I was just reading it like today. I can't remember the lady's name, but she's supposed to be one of the people that was killed by the gunman, and it's supposed to be some cover up for some mortgage company called Blackstone or something. Have you heard anything about that?
No, I have not.
Yeah, I was reading that today. And my last thing I wanted to say, I've been wanting to call in, link the show, but I didn't. Something that's funny to me is about the lady, a couple weeks ago, I guess, the lady who husband was stabbed by the guy who cut his ankle monitor off. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't. Refresh my memory.
Yeah, it's the guy, I think he owns a gym or something downtown. And the guy came into their home. I think the door was unlocked. He ended up stabbing him. And she's one of the people that's, the white lady, she's one of the people that's basically saying, like, the judges are letting people out, like, with low bonds and all this stuff. I can't remember their name. But my comment to that was...
Hold on, she was found... Hold on, just if I'm thinking about the right... She was found not guilty, right?
No. It's a black guy. A black guy stabbed her husband and killed him. But the black guy that killed him had cut his ankle monitor off. And they saying that he had cut his ankle monitor off like maybe a week or so or 2 weeks before that happened. Like nobody was looking for him.
All right. I know what you're talking about now.
Okay, well, my thing to that is, it's funny how this works. Like every time they're involved, man, it's like something has to be done. Like people in the quote unquote hood, man, they've been cutting their ankle monitors off doing crimes for years, man. It's like nobody really cared about it. As soon as it happened to this prominent dude, then it's like, oh wow, it's an outbreak. Oh, we need to. But man, it's like as long as we're harming ourselves, as long as it doesn't leave out of our community, then it's okay.
Yeah.
If it enters into their community, well then, something's got to be done. We have to do this, and we have to do that, and we have to put down new this and new that. But as long as it stays in our community, it seems like it's cool.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, man. It's and people outside of us can't see like the difference on how we treat it and how things happen, man. Is just crazy to me.
They see. No, they see. They can't not see. So yeah, they see. It's actually, I think it's 100% strategic. But please don't believe that there are people out here who are oblivious to it. The only people who may be somewhat oblivious to it is some of those well-to-do black people who think everybody who say it is some sort of a conspiracy theorist because they want white people to like them. Those are the only people who are so blind that they can't see.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like, I was listening down the dial and they were saying, basically like, well, like you were saying, they won't admit in the video that the white guy slapped him.
No, they won't.
They don't even acknowledge that part of the video. And they were on there calling them, they were on there calling them savage thugs and all kind of, I mean, it was wild, but they won't, like you said, they won't acknowledge, at least in public, that guy was wrong. But we will, though.
Right.
We will.
We will.
I don't know, man. But I'm kind of like you. I'm tired of hearing about it, and I guess this too shall pass. And one of the dudes, real quick, that was in the video, Man, he's kind of special, man. He's like, what's the word we used to say when we were younger?
Flicked it.
He's flicked it.
He flicked it.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he
he
flicked
has
it.
a
I
high
don't know,
dose of
but
flickedness. He has a high dose. Yes, he has a high dose. And I mean, they're going to catch him. I can't wait to see how him in custody because he's special, man. He's real special. Yeah, he's special. So I know he has a payee. I'm gonna put it that way. So,
okay. I don't. Of
all
course,
right,
of course, I don't know
go
any
ahead,
of
I'm
the
sorry.
people who were in the video.
Yeah, I know him.
I think it's all bad. I think almost everybody involved was wrong, except for the people trying to, break it up or, whatever. Now, I don't blame the people recording. It might not be the smartest thing or the most, because I don't think it's wrong, but it's just not necessarily, to just record some bad stuff. It's not necessarily, good, but I don't think it's bad. But everybody who was punching and kicking and, whatever people, I think they were all wrong.
But how did the girl end up? How did her bond end up so high? That's kind of excessive, man.
It does seem excessive. I don't know what, they've apparently gone through the video and but look, here's how her bond ended up high. She's black, and this involves so-called white victims. That's how. Those judges can do whatever they want to do, and when it's a charged situation that's getting a lot of attention, that you don't you remember? And I don't know why I was thinking about this morning. Remember during the lockdowns, a guy got arrested. He was outside. He had called some people and they was either partying or something like that. And they arrested him and gave him like a $250,000 bond.
Yeah. It was Club Shell. Remember they called it Club Shell?
Yeah, for being outside. That just shows they can do whatever they want to do with those bonds. She's black. The so-called victims were white, so she's gonna get treated harshly. That's just the way it is.
But the white lady snatched her wig off in the video, though.
Well, nobody will say that that's wrong. Apparently, that's acceptable behavior.
That's crazy. Yeah, I think they have to put their hands on us, but they're gonna. But those days are gone, man. There's no more. There's no more beating on us and spraying us with hope. Those days are gone, man. Those days are gone.
Dante, in case you don't know this, I'm going to just tell you the rule. If a white man want to slap you, man up and take that slap. And then just go about your business, bro.
Man, you're gonna need more than JD Vance.
Who are you to tell
a
white man that he can't slap whoever he want to slap?
Well, you're going to need more than JD Vance to talk about what I'm going to do to him. So... so Trisha Mackey gonna be talking about me. So all right, have a good one, man. Appreciate you.
All right, Dante.
All right.
Why you have to bring up Trisha Mackey? Oh, all right. But Brenda, I'm with you. I mean, there's really what more is there to say? Now, hold on. Let me take that back. There is more to say. Just for me to say it means nothing. I think the person, the outlet that really need to be beating that drum is the buzz. I think the buzz really need to be beating the drum. Not just some callers, not just some guests, but the buzz needs to take that position, and the talk show host on the buzz needs to take a strong position. Let me tell you what I heard. I was, driving to school, and I'm listening to 700 because, Lincoln don't be on, and I don't be wanting to listen to Erica Campbell. Got nothing against her. Wish her the best of luck, but her and that dude, their humor don't move me. So I'm listening to 700. And in their news report, they're like, oh, this fight happened and blah, blah, blah. But on another radio station, I can't remember what they called her, but Iris Rowley was on another radio station and she said this and this and that. This is in their news report. Now, I tell y'all this, and I bring some of this stuff up, and y'all know it'd be hard for me to tie stuff together. I remember when Valerie Lemmy was the city manager. Valerie Lemmy was the city manager. And I remember Valerie Lemmy coming to the radio station and, to do an interview. And hold on a moment, CK. She was on the radio station to do an interview. And one of the things that she said, I've told y'all this before, she told, I think it was Lincoln Ware that she was talking to either on a break or before they went on. She said, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to write a book when I leave here. She said, because you guys don't understand that you guys run City Hall. She said they listen. The people at City Hall, the city council members, the mayor, and other officials in City Hall, you know that they're going to be listening to one of two things. Either they're going to be listening to 700 WLW or they're going to be listening to 1230 The Buzz. She said, and they make their decisions about policy based on what they hear on these two stations. And they know what they're going to hear on 700. But if they hear a strong enough response on 1230 The Buzz, either they temper what they're going to do or they outright change their opinions. She says, y'all don't know the power that y'all have. And that's why I say the conversation, the host on that radio station needs to be, stop, I don't know what happened until the police say it's still being investigated. I heard it, stop. Don't do that. Because and this is the person who they was telling that to. So I keep telling y'all, people know what they doing. People know what they doing. If the pushback on the buzz from the host and the callers was, oh no, this is some BS. White people and black people need to be treated equally. They all need to be treated the same. And if it's wrong to put your hands on a white guy, it's wrong to put your hands on a black guy. And if one person is getting arrested, then everybody should get arrested. Those white people who were involved in this, who put their hands on people, need to be arrested. And we won't accept any less. Then you see something happen. But as long as you have, maybe you don't know, you and them, maybe that, as long as that's what's happening, they're not even going to temper their response. When you got a platform like that, you got to use it and use it right. Don't use it. You done spent your whole life trying to get to the other side of that Greyhound bus station. You're there. Now that you're to the other side of the Greyhound bus station, use your position to influence things so the rest of us could get to the other side of that Greyhound station. Not just to hype you up so that they think, hey, he over here on this side of the Greyhound station. He's one of the good ones. It frustrates me, again, because I heard the city manager of the city of Cincinnati explain the dynamic. That's why I get so frustrated when, I hear waffling and blocking and stupidity. He slapped him, but a slap ain't a hit. I heard that today. But did he hit him or did he slap him? Because a slap, that ain't really a hit. That ain't really a hit. They hit him, but he just slapped him. A slap ain't really a hit. What the? You got the platform. Stop just trying to use it so that you can get free Crown Royal. Use it for some good for somebody else. You know, I was 9 years old, and I was just on the side of the Greyhound station, and I was looking over there, and it looked so clean, and I just wanted to get over there so bad. You over there now. You spent your whole life trying to get over there. Metaphorically, you are on the other side of the Greyhound station. White people love your dumb ass. You out there, you live with the white people, you play with the white people, you rub elbows with the white people, you shake the white people's hands when you only fist bump the black people. You are on the other side of the Greyhound station. You made it. Now help a brother out. CK.
What's going on, bro?
How you doing?
Hey, man, that's a good show, man. I was liking everything. I heard what you said about when you said that they allowed to smack you.
Apparently, I'm telling you, I keep seeing all of these posts where it don't matter if they slap you, you can't respond. I guess just because they white. I don't know why these people are saying this, but this is what some well-to-do black people are posting. Getting slapped is no excuse for hitting a white man.
No, it ain't. But like I said, this is like you said, they saying the same philosophy from years ago. So if they feeling that way from now, and then now you come telling me, oh no, Dr. King never meant that. So I'm just saying his philosophy was challenged back then. I didn't hear him say the shit you was telling me. He was saying, Malcolm X, when he said that, Malcolm X said, if somebody smack me, I'm gonna pick up. My mama told me to pick up the biggest rock and punch him in the hit him in the head with it. I did not hear Dr. King say, no, he didn't clarify that. He was telling you when white people come up to me, I take the abuse. They was abused back then.
You misunderstand the lesson of Dr. King. You have but it's not just you. It's not your fault. That's the way Dr. King has been presented to us because he was a revolutionary just in a different way. But if I can neuter him, if I can, they didn't like Dr. King when he was alive, but when he was dead, they could control the dream. They could control the narrative, and they sold you the narrative that no matter what we do to you, remember, Dr. King is great. He was the greatest black man ever, and he said no matter what they do to you, you don't do anything back. That's the narrative that they gave you. But clearly, that was not what Dr. King was saying.
I see. So you're saying that they twisted his words, but what about when you say the same things he said then? So I'm saying he died. Now you making it mean what you wanted to mean. So when you die and they play that excerpt when you just said, oh, when white people smack you, nobody cares. That's a fucking fact. You're not just pulling that out your ass. Don't nobody care if a white person smacks a black person. So that's why King telling you turn the other cheek, because you have no justice in America. He's telling you there is no, what can I do? I can't do nothing. I'm hopeless. These motherfuckers don't respect us.
No.
That's what he's telling you.
No, that's not what he's telling you. What he's telling you is be strategic about your fight for freedom and equality. Be strategic. And if in that moment to get the sympathy of because the other thing that I heard today was because somebody said this might have been a setup. And somebody was saying, how can this be a setup? Ain't nobody gonna get their behind whooped as no setup. No, that's not true. In the civil rights movement, one of the things that they did is they were very strategic. They understood that the people and the resources that they had. And what's the point in me going and doing a march If ain't nobody gonna do nothing, there's no spectacle here. There's nothing to see. I gain nothing from that. Just people watching people walk down the street. But no, if you tell me, nah, the police chief in that town, he ain't gonna put up with that. They gonna have police out there and dogs and fire hoses and whatever they can do, and just bring me some cameras, and we gonna walk down the street, and we're gonna be peaceful. It's strategy. It's strategic. So it's not just no matter what a white man do to you, you just let him do it. It's in these circumstances with the eyes of the world watching, this for this time is how we get the sympathy and support of the greater portion of America. It was not telling you just let anybody do anything to you at any time.
Okay, now you growing up in this household, how similar was your dad's philosophy to King's philosophy? Have you ever talked to him about the turn the other cheek? And did he have a similar philosophy? Did you talk to him in depth about this?
We actually definitely talked about it. And I remember coming in the house after somebody had hit me and I was crying. And my daddy said, "Who hit you?" And I said, "This boy." He says, "He about the same size as you? It wasn't no grown man or nothing, was it?" And I said, "No, it was another boy." And he took my hand and he balled it up and he said, "You see this? You go out there and you hit him back just as hard as he hit you. Don't come in here crying." And that's what I did. No, my daddy was, "Oh, he hit you, turn the other cheek, son." No.
And this is what has clouded your judgment of the great Dr. Martin Luther King. Your allegiance to your father. You thinking King just like your pops. He's not like him.
Okay.
He was nonviolent.
All
your
right.
dad is not nonviolent.
Okay. Look, you can believe that if you want to. That's what they want you to believe. Go ahead and believe it.
So did your father preach nonviolence?
What you mean, did he preach nonviolence?
Like Dr. King, I mean, what I'm just saying, because you had a father that was a reverend and he had you fight, I'm starting to think maybe you think, oh, my dad was like King. But I'm saying they two different guys. He could have been the guy that like, no, I'm not. He might not have been his son out there to fight.
Well, I'm glad that you told.
Guy.
I'm glad that you just informed me. Up until right now, I always thought my dad was actually Dr. King. But now that I realize they're two different guys, I have a whole new perspective on it. I know they two different guys, and my dad didn't just, tell me go fight all the time. His point was sometimes you got to defend yourself. And he understand a little 6-year-old boy fighting another little 6-year-old boy. That's probably not a life or death situation, but it's an opportunity for my son to learn to stand up for himself as opposed to me going out there and doing something. I told you the other day, I told you a story about my dad when my sister was about to get into it with somebody. They were a little older and everybody was, yeah, make it happen. He told, "I'm not going to give you what you want. I'm going to give you what you need." And he went and they talked to the parents of the other person. So he wasn't some violent monger, but again, it's strategic and situational. And I don't believe that Dr. King was, I believe the term, that myopic to just be like, through the rest of my life, I ain't never gonna raise my hand to nobody ever, no matter what happened. I don't think that he was that guy that they've told you that he was.
As a child? When you heard that message as a child, because we was young.
No, I wasn't confused.
Was you just like us? So you knew what he meant?
Yes, I knew what he meant. I was not a dumb kid.
That is literal. And then you're hitting 25 philosophies with a 1963 thought. It's like,
I don't
back
even know
then,
what
I
you're
think he
talking
would be more specific. If he felt like, okay, if a motherfucker hit me, I'm fighting back. He would have do that. I didn't hear him say that. I heard him say, if somebody smacked you, nonviolence, Gandhi. I studied him. So I would say, and I heard people test his theory of being smacked, like Malcolm X. And Malcolm X said violence, and he disagreed.
And see,
so
here's what makes me sad. You seem to have totally bought into the idea that Malcolm X was just running around looking for a fight, and Dr. King was just running around running from fights. And that's what they've taught you. and that's what you believe. But very few
How am I looking
things,
for a fight if he said if somebody smacks me?
very
You just said
few things are that black and white.
he never said looking for a fight. He said if somebody's attacked me because I'm black. He didn't say go kill Whitey. He said if somebody attacked me, I'm gonna whoop their ass. He didn't say he's looking for a fight, sir. Now you're twisting up the things. You're doing what the Caucasians do, sir. I never said that. I said that the man said if anybody attacks him, he gonna pick up the biggest thing and crack him up his head. This is what I was taught as a child. So now you're twisting it saying Malcolm X. You said Malcolm X looking for a fight. I never said that. This is what we do as black people. You're trying to push an agenda that I never pushed. I said that Dr. King pushed nonviolence.
Again, here's what I don't think you understand. You don't always have to literally say a thing to be suggesting that thing. So while you didn't literally say that, that is the suggestion that's been put in your head. Thus, that's the suggestion that you are spinning to us. But what I'm trying to tell you is that things are much more nuanced than the way Dr. King and Malcolm X have been presented to you.
Okay, but when we play this for our younger generation, when your young lad grows up and she hears her grandfather said, there's nothing you can do. If a white person smacks you, there's nothing you can do. What is she supposed to do?
She's
taking that literally.
She's smart too. So she's going to understand he was using a little bit of facetiousness, a little bit of irony, and a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Begin with an S. I can't believe the word is not coming to me. But
look at the feeling of helplessness that King felt, that we felt.
She's gonna understand that my grandfather was not suggesting that anybody can hit me and it be okay. She's smart enough to understand that, even at 7.
Sir. And I know at 7, all I'm saying is she still will feel the pain and the frustration.
Sarcasm,
that King,
that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, the frustration from King, her grandfather, and now her. So she gonna see ain't nothing changed in 75 years. So damn, I guess we can't fight back. Because every time we fight back, we get hit with federal indictments. We get life sentences.
No, she's definitely gonna be smarter than that. She's smarter than that. Trust me, she's smarter than that.
So what was you suggesting when you said that? You just were saying it just to say it? You wasn't telling black people
have you ever heard of sarcasm?
Yes.
What is sarcasm?
You saying like, well, you got my definition to be wrong.
No, just give me an example. You don't have to give me a verbatim definition.
Yeah, you just let your kids run all over you. Shoot, let them pay the bills. I mean, that's sarcasm. They run the house anyway. Is that like sarcasm?
I'm not sure. I don't know. That actually sounds like something you would say and mean. So I don't know if that sounds like sarcasm. But sure, let's say that's sarcasm. It's when you're saying something, you don't really mean what you're saying. You know, you're saying it for effect, to some degree, to show the ridiculousness of that point of view. So my granddaughter at 7 understands sarcasm, so she won't be confused.
Yes, and I'm gonna leave you with this: when you murder Malcolm, you murder Martin, and you murder Breonna Taylor, you murder Emmett Till, you murder Trayvon Martin, and you keep getting away with these things. At some point, the victims of that are going to feel helpless and hopeless, and some of them are going to have the thoughts of, "Damn, ain't nothing we can do. I guess it's just their world." So it's mentality. They beat you mentally. So mentally, you're defeated. You're trying to tell the people that still want to fight for rights. But some people, like we in America, blacks don't have rights. You know, and they're showing you with this case today.
And CK, I believe that's really, they want some people to be resigned to that idea. And it is my hope, my wish, my prayer that people don't be resigned to that idea. Understand the time that we live in and move strategically.
Hey, excellent combo, man. I appreciate you. And I just remember when I quote Dr. King, black people hate me for that. I didn't make up the words. He said.
What did he say?
All the black people in your country, he said,
Quote,
turn the other cheek.
When did he say that?
In 1963, February 17th.
February 17th, 1963. You just made that.
All right, man. All right, I'm going to listen to you. You got me. All right, brother.
Oh, he made up a quote. I'm sure at some point in his life he did say turn the other cheek, but he just made that up. Oh, that's kind of funny. It's not all that funny, but it's a little funny. And look, understand to my white friends, because I got white friends. I look at white people the same way I look at black people. Some good white people and some bad white people. Some white people do the right thing. Some white people do the wrong thing. Some of them act a fool. Some of them, act right. I don't put white people up here and black people down here, or black people up here and white people down here. We all people. And that's why I don't have a problem when I see somebody white do wrong saying that person did wrong. I don't attribute that to the whole white race. In the same way, when I see black people do wrong, I say that black person or those black people did wrong. I don't attribute that to the whole race. That's my simple philosophy. Why can't more people be like that? Why can't more people be like that? I tell you what do frustrate me. When black people won't say white people or black people, oh, that burns me up. When I was listening when Lincoln and Scotty was on, and it took them forever to say white man. That other guy, that first guy, that main guy, that one guy, like say the white man. That person who threw the first slapped the guy. That person who was drunk, and that one guy. Like say that drunk white man. You can say that. It's not a slur. It's not bad to call a white man a white man. And when I hear black people, well, they don't like us. Just say black people. They don't like black people. Like, why is it so hard for people to say what they mean? It took so long just to get to, I think the white dude who slapped him started the whole thing. Why was that so hard to say? Maybe because they don't want to be on 700 WLW and then reporting, on another radio station, city council member Scotty Johnson said he thinks a white man started everything. They don't want to be on there saying that. I kind of get it, but, man, say it. Say it with me. White people. You can say it. White people. Say that. Black people. You can say it. Black people. Say it with me. Asian people. I promise you can say it. It's okay. Asian people. Say it with Samoans. Just say Samoans. It's okay to say all of those things. You didn't call them no slurs. You ain't like Hulk Hogan calling them N-words, So it's okay. Fame.
Edsel.
I'm sorry, Edsel, you're still in here as Fame. Until I see a birth certificate or a driver's license or something, you Fame to me, bro.
You ain't the DMV.
I need your social security card, 2 other forms of ID with pictures on them, utility bill, and your mama and your grandmama's signature notarized saying that is your name before I accept it.
You wouldn't do that to a white player or a white person. You wouldn't do that to the white lion.
You
You
might
didn't do
be
that
right.
to Shelly.
Oh, you might be right about that.
You scared of them. You ain't do that to that boy that stole you. Had you walking in the house crying, as you say.
That was a black boy.
Grown ass,
That was a black boy.
55-year-old man talking about crying.
Yeah, crying. I was crying.
Ooh, the Ebonics is real. But I digress. There was a couple of things. Twin had mentioned the Hodge twin in their post. A black female city councilman did say something basically to the fact that the white folks got what they was looking for. You know, they got the issue they was looking for. And I just, again, that's the second day in a row we've had two very irresponsible city councilmen saying some outlandish stuff regarding citizens and people.
Okay, hold on.
And
I just want to ask, because for my edification, what's wrong with saying that?
Everything. It's cold. It's cold. It's cynical. It lacks humility and humanity.
But what if it's true?
Still, as an elected official, you should have better indifference and the vocabulary to express a better thought.
Why can't we express the truth?
I just thought that was very cold. I just thought that it just makes me feel like she's a cold person.
But again, what if it's true? Like, if you saw somebody, you know what I'm saying, doing that same thing, and then, you out there at a baseball game, refereeing or whatever y'all do out there in that non-sport, and you see some dude over there, you know what I'm saying, picking with some other dude, and he slap him, and then he get his behind whooped, you ain't gonna say, hey, he got what he was asking for.
First off, that whatever that non-sport, whatever you said, however you said that, that's cold. Baseball players are athletes.
I didn't say they weren't. They're athletes, but they're not playing a sport.
It is playing a sport. I've told you a million times. I came in second place, 2006, Associated Press Awards, best column under 30,000 circ. I came in second place, explaining why certain activities were sports and other ones were considered competitions. Golf is a competition. Baseball, auto racing, those are sports. Why? Because you play defense and you limit your opponent's output.
Okay, I don't agree with your assertion.
Well, the Associated Press agreed with me.
Who cares about what the Associated Press say? Do I look like I'm beholden to the Associated Press?
Well, when you worked for the Buzz, you were.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
I'm going to tell you this about me, and this is just about me. I question almost everything. So just because I see it in an AP article
a natural cynic.
Don't mean that I accept it as fact.
Okay. Well, again, that's neither here nor there, but you're wrong. But yeah, I just think I just expect more out of leaders.
But hold on, no, but you wouldn't say that dude got what he asked for.
As a city leader, no, that's something.
No.
I'm
asking you as Etzel, the referee.
Etzel Rothstein. What I say? What?
You see some dude out there on the baseball field or on the football field trying to pick a fight with somebody, and he slaps somebody and he get his butt whooped. You not gonna say, "Hey, he got what he asked for."
Context matters. Am I a private citizen or am I
You're a private citizen. Would you say that?
As a private citizen, I can say what I want. I don't know. I would probably temper my language to the audience. Just keep it simple. But as a elected official, I'm gonna say, if that's how I feel, I'm gonna use discernment and not say that. Just like, wow, this is a horrible incident, and leave it there.
I like it when my city leaders just speak plainly and tell the truth.
Those ones are one-termers.
I don't know if that's
Those
true.
are the usual one-termers, and sometimes they don't even make it through the term. Ask the black lady with the bug eyes.
I don't. A black lady with bug eyes. I don't even know what that means. But
She was on the juvenile court bench.
you wrong. You are so wrong for that.
Again, that's a private citizen talking. Had I been a public official, I would have said we've seen those examples in our local government.
But I disagree with you. No matter how funny you are, I still disagree with you. I don't mind when political leaders or political officials just tell. As a matter, again, I prefer it. I would prefer if, you know what I'm saying, if this is how you feel. Like, that's for real. That's what I appreciate about Donald Trump. I appreciate that Donald Trump.
Okay, I'm glad you went there.
That Donald Trump just says what he feels, no matter how stupid it is, no matter, you know what I'm saying, how it exposes him as an idiot, as a racist, as potentially a pedophile. He say what he gonna say. I can appreciate that. Don't try to trick me or say, you know, what you think is going to appease me. Just tell me the truth. And that way I can make a decision about you.
Oh, I hate to use your family in supposition. So just work with me though.
All right. I don't mind.
Your daughter, how old is she? 30, 35-ish?
30.
30. She brings home, say, "Hey, Dad, this is my new boyfriend, Eugene, from Chicago. Twin. What are you gonna do? You gonna be good with that?"
Well, I don't know what that has to do with this. But
Twin as he is right now, as he calls your show, talks greasy, talks the gangster shit. I've been to the joint for 4 years. An uncouth middle-aged man. You good with that?
Hold on, let me answer that two ways. Number one, she would never do that. That's just number one. But
this is
hold on, but
supposition.
that's right. But that's why I said I'm gonna answer it two ways. First, I gotta answer it honestly, and that's that she would never do that. But given that scenario, she come home and she like, "Hey, this is Eugene, whatever. Me and Eugene gonna step outside and we gonna bang it out, and you know what I'm saying, he gonna whoop me, I'm gonna whoop him, one way or the other, and then his ass is leaving."
You and him gonna step out? Okay,
oh yeah.
I got you. I'm sorry.
Oh, no doubt about it.
So you don't want your daughter dating that nigga?
Twin like 50-something years old. Hell no.
Oh, kind of like what Hulk Hogan said. I don't want my daughter. I don't want my daughter fucking with these niggas.
No. Hold on. See, I didn't say it because of his race. I said it because I think he's too old. I didn't classify an entire race of people as a racial slur. So it's totally different. Now, it's cool if he like, you know, I don't want my daughter messing with tall dudes. I don't want my daughter messing with broke dudes. But when you say the N-word, you're classifying an entire race as that. And that's the reason you don't want your daughter dating, effing one of those N's.
See, that's what I'm saying. I know it's harsh, and you know, I know it's harsh what he said, and it's foul. He even admitted that he was racist after that. But at the same time, I just always took that as he was just saying, like, look, if you're gonna date one of them, at least date one that's paid, or that can give you some superior genes.
Well, and again, look, I would have even been all right with it if he would have said, I don't want my daughter dating no black guy. But if you gonna date a black guy, yeah, I want him to be rich and this and this and this and that. I would have been okay with that. But that's not what he did. It was because it was, but him using that word speaks to the fact that he views black people as that. That makes all the difference.
Okay. Didn't you live in Hamilton?
I did.
Yeah, you wanted to get away from them niggas in the city.
No.
Because the Butler County black dude is a totally different black dude than the Hamilton County black dude.
Let me tell you, I lived in Hamilton around a whole lot of black people. I lived in Fairfield around a lot of white people. But I lived in Hamilton around a whole lot of black people.
I lived in Westchester. And I've lived in Northern Kentucky. And obviously I've lived in Hamilton County. And let me tell you, those are three different black dudes.
Okay.
I would never want my daughter to date a dude from Covington. Them some Sambos over there in Kentucky. Sambo heaven.
Okay.
I mean, they still act like it's like slavery still exists.
But again,
Butler County, Butler. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But again, that you're not because of, you believe them to be subhuman. In terms of as a race, you hate that race of people. See, that's the difference.
I really do. I hate that race of those. Whatever they are, the colored men in northern Kentucky, they're very Sambo-ish. And, whether you want to call them whatever, it is what it is. And then the Butler County black dude, softest niggas you'll ever meet. I mean, they just soft. No disrespect to anybody that might live there. I know David Herring lives there. We got a good, relationship and whatnot. But on the whole, just speaking in just in general facts, Butler County black dudes are soft as hell.
But the bottom line of all of this is you're comfortable, you're okay with, and even encourage white people to call black people the N-word.
No, at the end of the day, I just never told myself. I've never, just like on your show, Wyatt show, Lincoln show, or any other shows that I may have called in, I've never told anybody I was a nice guy or asked anybody to like me. I don't care if you like me. If that's how you think of me, that's how you think of me.
But what that got to do with you defending Hulk Hogan being a racist?
I'm not defending it. I'm just saying I empathize. I just try to take a different approach on it. Like, I kind of get what he's saying. I try to think better of him. You know what I'm saying? I try to. You know what I'm saying?
Why don't you think better of Hitler, too? Think better of Hitler.
Yeah, I try to think better of a lot of people.
Yeah.
Except the councilman who insulted a caller's mother yesterday. He was way out of line. And I'm, trying to see if he wants to come on my show and talk about it. I don't know if he's got the heart to do that.
Calling somebody, calling a whole race of people an N-word is okay, but saying to somebody, your mama, that's out of line.
Who's the most significant and important person in the black community? Your mama.
That person ain't black.
It don't matter.
But dude, you brought up the black community.
He could get that. He could get that off in black radio spaces, and it won't be considered inflammatory or aggressive or unprofessional. He would never have done that down on 700.
But you don't consider Hulk Hogan calling black people ins as unacceptable.
Okay.
That's a crazy double standard.
I mean, Tupac made a song called "Keep Your Head Up," but then he raped a girl. We're all nothing but human. We're all walking.
But I'm saying that's a crazy double standard. It's okay for a white man to call you an N, but a black man can't say to another dude, "Your mama." That's a crazy double standard.
I expect a public official in a public setting to have more couth, more candor, more professionalism. In the privacy of your own home and not knowing you're being recorded, you're gonna say what you say. You're gonna be you because you're comfortable.
Okay.
You if that clears it up a little better for you. If it doesn't,
not really.
I don't know.
I'm just saying okay because it doesn't make sense, and belaboring the point by arguing it over and over again is not going to help.
Absolutely. And she keeps calling. I got to take this call, man. Hey, it's always a pleasure. We'll come back to tomorrow because I want to get into that Hodge twins thing and something else that Linky, act like he didn't understand why you don't call a grown man Bobby. He's from that era where, where old men were treated like boys. So it's okay for him to call an 80-year-old man Bobby. Because, black men were treated like boys. So that's why he'll accept that.
All right.
You don't call an 80-year-old man Bobby.
But you can call a black man an N-word. Just crazy standards. Crazy standards.
Exactly. It's in the music. It's in the culture.
He wasn't quoting no rap lyrics, and he wasn't talking about the culture. He was talking about his culture and that black people are ins.
Then why did that black wrestler call him an N-word? I'm going to get you, nigga.
What about it?
Yeah.
He's
Exactly.
black.
Sometimes
He can
sometimes
say
you,
it.
you sometimes you cross tongues. Sometimes your tongues
What?
get crossed up. But I gotta take this call. Hey, because she's gonna kill me. Hey, it's been real. I had fun. Hey, Miss Janice, you know it's all love. I do apologize. I probably came at you a little harsh. You know, it ain't nothing personal, but something. But you just kind of chapped my ass because I don't like old people jumping into shit. You know, but that's something else. Hey, y'all be good. And just remember, just like Old Spice deodorant, there's a wolf on your ass. Oh!
All right. That's fame. Oh. I don't have no problem calling a racist, especially a racist who admits, yeah, I'm racist. If you can say the N-word and then afterwards say, I'm racist, why can't I say you're racist? Yeah, I don't know. But I don't, it's crazy. People have whatever those standards may be, they have their standards. And, you know, you can't walk them off their standards. I don't have I missed it. But I don't have no, if somebody called me a name, names is, you know what I'm saying? All bets are off. I can say whatever I want to say. It's like if you put your hands on me, now I can do whatever I want to do. If you don't call me a name, I'm probably not going to call you one. Or your mama. Or your dead grandmama. Or, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Blade.
Hey, buddy, what's going on?
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. Liking the show. Your last caller, he's very elegant in speech,
Oh.
but he's a modern day Sambo. He's apologetic for white people. He talks about Lincoln, but he's psychologically he's the same. How is it you going to say somebody else apologetic for white people, but you're doing the same damn thing and you don't know it? I'm trying to understand. That wolf is really soft.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, how's it that you want somebody come on your show and you're not legitimate? You agree with the white liar calling a black man a clown when you call him a clown, and then you want him to come on your show, and then you talk about they soft over Covington, and you the same way? I thought that wolf was hard, but that wolf ain't hard. He's soft. And I'm going to continue to say he's soft because he's a simp.
All right.
I mean, he is the modern day Sambo, just like these rappers. And he said he's legitimate? No, he's a modern day Uncle Tom.
He feels like he's legitimate.
He feel like it, but the evidence showed. Every time he called your show, he's apologetic for white people. He's hard on black women, but he's soft on the white bunny. What's up with that, Blair?
I don't know. You have to ask him about it. You should go on his show.
I'm not going to go on the show. Because why would you go on the Uncle Tom show? You're gonna try to disrespect a black man, and then you want him to come on your show? How you gonna call a councilman a clown and you want him to come on your show?
Well, that happens all the time. People insult people all the time and then invite them on their show so that they can hash it out publicly, and hopefully in a civil manner. That happens all the time.
Well, it's a new day. How you
Yes,
gonna
it is.
It's like me disrespecting you and then telling you, let's go out to dinner and you pay for it. Come on, man. Let's stop playing games. Time is speed up and we running out of time, and the disrespect got to be checked with. That's why I said the purge is coming, man. And these Uncle Toms, They got to be purged first, bro.
All right. I don't know.
Hey.
I still don't know what you mean when you say the purge is coming. It sounds like a ridiculous thing to say. But
no, it's not ridiculous. Over in South Africa, how they purged the Uncle Toms, they put tires around them and burnt them. That's what I'm talking about. It's time out. It's time out on the psychological finesse on this radio. These Uncle Toms on these radio got to go.
Okay, I still don't know what that means. So you're gonna go put tires around people's neck and burn them?
As you was telling Twin, you being sarcastic.
No,
or whatever.
You're saying something about this purge, and I asked you about the purge, and you said putting tires around people's neck and burning them, and I'm asking you from a practical standpoint, what are you talking about?
What I'm talking about, to get to the purge, to get to a pure reality.
Yes,
we gotta get rid of these Uncle Toms, man.
How do we get rid of them?
The Uncle Toms that don't like black women. That don't really like black people.
But how do we get rid of them?
I just told you.
But then when I asked you that, see, you sending mixed messages, and it's confusing me. 1 minute you say, in all reality, we got to get rid of the Uncle Toms.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? How South Africa got rid of their Uncle Tom.
And then I asked you, so is that what you're saying you want to do to these people? And you said, now you're being sarcastic.
We got to purify the Uncle Tom's, player.
So you just want to say it. You don't actually want to do it.
I'm saying it, and it's going to come down to it.
When are you going to start?
We, in America, we need a purge bill.
When are you going to start?
We need a purge bill. Two times a year, we need a purge bill.
So because I just can't believe that you don't understand how ridiculous what you're saying sounds.
No, I can't believe you don't understand what I'm saying is not ridiculous.
Help me understand. I'm asking you, and every time I say something, then you say something even more ridiculous. So just explain to me what that looks like.
What it looks like is a person like you, between on the fence. You're gonna have to get off the fence.
What fence am I on?
You either gonna have to get real or stop playing games. You good with words, player.
Let me be clear. I am not with putting tires around people's necks and burning them. If that's, I'm off that fence. I was never on that fence. I'm asking you, because you've been saying it for years now, what practically, realistically, what does this purge look like in your mind?
If you've been listening to me for years and don't understand what it looked like, maybe you're too much on the fence. You need to get off the fence, player. Why can't you just say it?
Just say what it looks like.
You need to get off the fence. 1 minute you say
put tires around their neck and burn them, and then when I say, so you want to put tires around people's neck and burn them, you say, now you're being sarcastic. And the next minute you want a purge bill. All I'm asking you is to be clear. You are too intelligent.
You are too intelligent not to understand what I've been saying. If I've been saying this to you for years and years.
Oh, my God. Maybe I'm too stupid to understand what you're saying or too intelligent to understand. But
no, you too much on the fence.
Oh my God!
Stand up.
You're not saying
let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Let me ask them. Get the phone. Go ahead. If you understand all the wrong Lincoln's doing, why you don't understand all the wrong you're doing?
What wrong am I doing? Bro? Help me. Help. See, I like that. Help me. What wrong am I doing? Oh, he hung up. I don't understand. I really don't. I mean, I know y'all know that I'm being honest, but he been talking hollering purge forever. Not forever, but at least for 4 years now. At least for 4 years now. He been hollering purge. And then you ask him, what does that look like? And he throw out something, and then you say, so that's what you want to do. And then he says, basically, no, you know that ain't what I'm talking about. And it's okay, so then what do you want to do? And then he says something else, and you're like, okay, so what does that look like? A purge bill. What does that look like? You on the fence. Okay. I am too stupid to understand. Or I'm too smart to understand. One of the two. I'm not sure which. That was Blade. I'm sorry I didn't put his name up. Somebody been criticizing me about not putting people's names up. I'm not going to say no names. Oh, I see Raven Monday in the house. We got another celebrity in the house. Raven Monday. Terry says since 2020. At least. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was before, but at least since, 2021. I've never seen Blade in person, so I don't know nothing about his hips. I don't know nothing about it. And look, the truth of the matter is that man can't help if he got lady hips. He can't help that. I mean, realistically speaking, what he gonna do? He could be really fit, like he could go to the gym every day and work out. And if he has the lower body of a lady, all it's gonna do is accentuate that. What can he do? What can he do? I don't think it's fair to necessarily criticize people that hard for stuff that they can't control. I don't think it's fair. If you think about it, if this man from the waist down is built like a lady, and you ever seen ladies who work out with their legs and they glutes and hamstrings and calves and stuff in great shape? They bodies be banging, and you can see a woman with some nice wide hips, but when she tighten it up, it's like, damn. Do you really want Blade to walk in the door and all the brothers be like, damn? So just leave him alone. Leave him alone. I've never seen his hips. Blade, I'm not saying that you have lady hips. I'm not saying that. I'm not. I've never seen them. All right, y'all. There was something else that I wanted to mention that had nothing to do with what happened downtown. Oh, I hate when I need to write this stuff down. Shoot, I can't think of it, y'all. I'm sorry. Anybody else got anything that you want to discuss? Got any questions that you want answered? I can give y'all about another 10 minutes. I will say I heard Sister Victoria getting on Greg Landsman, who I like, by the way. But she kind of really tore him up. And see, I'm making enemies of everybody. It's not my desire to make any enemies of anybody. I love everybody. But y'all know I had to be honest. She was tearing him up to the point that he had to fall back on anti-Semitism. That's like the kids in Gaza are starving and it's genocide. And all he had was, now, if you're saying that it's genocide, then you're saying that Jews are evil. And that's the kind of talk that creates more anti-Semitism. And then people will go and they'll get guns and they'll want to kill Jews. And I was like, what? How did we go from, bro, the kids are starving in Gaza, to you're anti-Semitic and you're trying to get people to kill Jews, to kind of deflect from, because from where I stand, it certainly looks like Israel is intentionally trying to eliminate all those people over in Gaza. And you can call it extermination or genocide or whatever you want to call it. But from where I stand, from the information that I have, which might not be all the right information. You're not over there. You don't really know. You take the information that they give you. But from the information that I have, it certainly looks like a concerted effort to get rid of those people. And if that makes you look evil, then maybe you shouldn't be trying to get rid of a whole group of people. That's just what it's that. Don't say we're trying to get rid of the people in Gaza. That makes us sound evil. What, you trying to get rid of a whole group of people in Gaza? If that makes you sound evil, that sounds like it's because you think it's evil to try to exterminate an entire group of people. But it looked like you're trying to exterminate an entire group of people. And nobody said, because they do be falling back on that. So now you're saying the Jews are evil. I'm saying the people who are orchestrating this might be evil. But I was like, I can't believe he just went to, oh, that's anti-Semitic. Y'all trying to kill the Jews. I was like, what? Greg, just say, I don't really have an answer for that. I'm trying to normalize. I don't think it's ever going to happen. But I'm trying to normalize saying, that's wrong when you see wrong. I'm trying to normalize saying, that's a good point, when somebody makes a good point. I'm trying to normalize saying, I don't know, when someone asks you a question that you don't know the answer to. I'm trying to normalize all of this stuff as opposed to coming up with all of these different defense mechanisms for why you can't say that that person was wrong for what they did or that person was wrong for what they did. Just say, that's wrong. I like that guy, but what he's doing is wrong. I love my people, but what Netanyahu and the leaders in Israel are doing is wrong. Like, it's okay to say that. I say it. I love my people, but then people who whooped ass downtown, they was wrong. They didn't have to go that far. See? It don't mean I don't love my people. You're trying to get people to shoot Jews. That's anti-Semitic. Come on, bro. Next time somebody hem you up like that, if Greg Landsman, if you ever see this, next time somebody hem you up like that, here's what you do. You listen and you say, you know what, Sister V? Assuming you're talking to Sister V. You know what, Sister V? Let me think about that. You might have a point. Let me think about that. I don't have an answer for you right now, because I had never thought of it that way. So let me think about it. That sounds like a sensible answer. Just something to think about. Just something to think about. All right. Anything else? Anything else? Nat says Alicia Reese should be our rep in the 1st District of Ohio. Okay. I can't say what somebody should be or shouldn't be. If she runs and gets elected, I would say she probably should be. If she don't run or she runs and doesn't get elected, then she probably shouldn't be. Anthony says should be the governor. I don't know. I think that might be going. I'm not saying that, but because y'all know, when you criticize Alicia Reese, you get a lot of people on you. And this ain't even really a criticism of her per se, but I don't know if she's ready to be no governor. I'm not saying with 100% certainty that she's not, but I don't know. Wonder Woman says Shannon Sharp has been fired from ESPN. Oh, yeah, I did see that. They fired him. You can't be doing it, you know what I'm saying? How old is he? In his 50s? You can't be doing it to little 19-year-olds in your 50s. I'm sorry. It's out of order. It's like when Fame asked about if Eugene came home with my daughter, some stuff gonna go down. He too old. And that's, 20 years difference. You talking about 19 and 50-something? Nah. And then, basically, you got played by a 19-year-old. You let your guard down and you got played by a 19-year-old. Not that 19-year-olds can't play people. Alonzo said he like your age. He meant, right. What I look like doing it to a 19-year-old. And look, I see some nice, shapely 19-year-olds. And I look, and then I look away. Because I ain't got time to be tempted by no 19-year-old. All that 19-year-old shapeliness. No, I'm smarter than that. And I ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing. There's nothing for them to take from me. I got nothing. But she 19. I see it. They walk around. Some of them looking real good. And I'm talking about, because y'all know me. I love a dark-skinned sister with a nice round behind that sit up kind of high, firm, not too wide. And so I see them walking by. And what I do, I give my look and look away. Do it be calling me? Yeah, it be calling me. Yeah, it be calling me. They look at me, Emanuel. Look, I'm walking. I'm moving. I'm bouncing. If it's got the right bounce to it, and it be calling me, Emanuel. I'm sorry, it's a lady. Emanuel. I'm like, nope, I'm not looking. I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're trying to do. Even if you ain't trying to do it, I know what you're trying to do. I'm speaking to my own mind. I know what you're trying to do. And I don't do that. 19, 20, 25. No. Ain't nowhere in the world. So, yeah, if you get played by a 19-year-old or 25-year-old, it's on you. Blaze says, you married, homie. That's another reason why I don't look that long. I look just good enough. See the bounce. All right. I got to assess. Like, people, why do y'all act like if you married, you're not allowed to see stuff that's put in your face? Me and Mrs. Livingston don't have that kind of relationship. There's a real good chance that if me and Mrs. Livingston is walking and a woman walk in front of me and she got a nice rear end, I'm going to be like, and then what's going to happen? I'm going to tell you what's probably going to happen. Later on, she's going to be like, so you thought that she had a nice rear end? She don't say rear end. We don't talk like that. You thought that she had a nice rear end, and I'm going to say, it was nice. It was nice. She don't normally ask me, but she might be like, so if we wasn't together, would you? And I'm like, no, she was only 20. No. But it was nice. Now, I'm not saying with 100% certainty that I'm going to do that. But I'm saying that's the kind of relationship we have. Like, she realizes when we watch movies and stuff, and is he attractive? Is he an attractive man? Like, would you? And she'll tell me. She'll be honest with me. Like, yeah, I think he's a really nice looking guy. It don't hurt my ego. What? You don't think I'm attractive? Please, stop it. I realize that she sees guys who are attractive, like fit and in shape. Big muscles and stuff. And no matter how many times she say, no, I like a man with a little belly. Your lying ass up. You want rippled ass muscles and all that stuff. Stop lying to me. My ego ain't like that. One of these days, I'm going to have some rippled belly. That's probably only going to happen if I drink some Ripple. But I'm not sitting here fooled into believing I'm the only guy that she ever seen and she look at and be like, oh, he fine. She don't say it out loud, but in her mind, she look at him and she think, oh, he fine. Why would I be mad at that? I'm the only guy you're ever allowed to look at and think is attractive, please. So, yeah, no, you see him. You look at it. You assess it. Look, the whole looking at it and assessing I don't even think it takes a whole 2 seconds. It don't take that long, especially if she walking. You know what I'm saying? You can see the bounce and all of that stuff like that. You look, and that's it. That's the whole thing. So it's that, like she called okay, I'm walking down the street. Do-do-do-do-do, because that's what I say when I'm walking down the street. Do-do-do-do-do. That's it. I've assessed the whole situation that quick. She walking, I can see it. I know if it was nice. I know if it wasn't nice. I know it was too wide. It was sat too low. It was, more in the hips and less in the rear. It didn't, I know all of that. I've made that assessment. And, again, it's calling me, Emanuel. And I'm like, I see what you're trying to do. I'm not looking over there again. I assessed it. I know it's nice. Okay, so move on. I don't look. Stop it. What's wrong with y'all not looking people? That's not honest. That's not honest. So since you got married, you ain't never looked at another woman. Stop it. And I saw you, Alethelia. I don't look at other men. My husband is the sexiest mofo that walks this earth. Yeah, okay. And he can be all of that. So what? Other men are literally invisible to you? They're literally invisible. So a man walk in front of you, you didn't even see him. Stop it. You look at other men. You see their arms, or you see their chest, or you see their legs, or, whatever it is that women like on men. You see it. You don't stare at it, but you see it. And you could tell your man that he's the most sexy man in the world and all that kind of stuff. And that's fine. He really legitimate. He might be. But here's what I learned. You can construct the perfect person for you. Like, however you do it. You know what I'm saying? Use AI. Construct the perfect person for you. Be with them for 6 months, a year. Guess what? If you liked a nice, tight, round behind and a nice set of shapely thighs walk by you, you like, oh. Because you don't have that on yours. You know what I'm saying? You don't have that on yours. Or you got, she got nice long legs. All right, cool. She got long legs. And then some shorty gonna walk by with some nice, thick thighs. You can tell she do lunges and all of that stuff. And you like, it's different. There's something about different that becomes attractive, even if you got the most attractive thing ever. There is something about different that you can recognize the attraction in. I like a woman with nice long legs. She got a little, like, what does Stevie Wonder say? Her skirt is short, but Lord, her legs are sturdy. She got them sturdy legs. And you like, Lord, her legs are sturdy. But I like long legs. You didn't realize you like it all. You got long legs. So the idea of those sturdy legs is maybe a little attractive to you now. Because it's different. So you're going to see it. And you're going to be like, that's attractive. And then you're going to keep going. I love a nice dark-skinned woman. I love a dark-skinned woman. Every once in a while I see one of them caramel, and I'll be like, she look nice. It's different. So don't be, okay, y'all can act like y'all don't look if you're married. If it makes your partner seem more secure, you can act like you don't look. Because you got to do what you got to do for your wife, your husband, whatever. You got to do what you got to do. I get it. How did we get on this? Because I know we wasn't talking about Blade. I know we didn't get into this talking about Blade's, lady lower half. We didn't. So I don't even know how we got on this. Alethea, all these men was the same men mad that Sierra was showing skin, but be watching women. Well, look, that's a whole totally different issue. Like, you can watch a woman that's totally covered. Watching women It's just that, watching women. And it ain't even necessarily watching women. It's seeing, noticing women. There's nothing wrong about that. Now, yeah, if my wife was out there basically naked walking around, I would have a problem with that. But that's just because I'm a man, you know. And any real man, I think, gonna have a problem with their wife walking around naked. But that don't mean you don't notice another nice looking, you know, beautiful face or shapely body or, you know, whatever. Nice lips. Talking about you don't. I'm talking about Alathelia, talking about she don't be looking at other men. Please. Blaze say I sound crazy. Okay. I'm just being honest. You notice. You notice. Pretend not to notice. It makes your significant other feel better. Or for some of y'all, it makes you feel better to pretend that you don't notice other people. If that make you feel better about yourself. Because some people really do, you know, they've been taught that. Like we really are, to a large degree, as people, kind of creatures of what we've been taught. And so if it's been in your, you know, in your brain, you've been taught, if you marry, you're not supposed to notice any other women. Your eyes is only supposed to be for your woman. You can't look at nobody else. And then we notice somebody, we have to tell ourselves, I didn't notice her. Because that's what you've been taught that you're supposed to feel and think. But like you can control that. Some chick walk by you with some large breasts, cleavage, because the chicks who be having the large breasts, they know they got the large breasts, and a lot of them like to wear stuff that's cut really low so that they can showcase the girls. So she showcasing the girls right in front of you, and you telling me you didn't notice? Like you didn't even notice that she was showcasing the girls. I had no idea that she even had breasts. I did not see them. Everybody you can see them from the Hubble Space Telescope. You know what I'm saying? But you couldn't see them right in front of you. You know, they got all of that stuff that they be like, you know, oh, this building is so big, you can see it from space. Them breasts is so big and out there that you can see them from space. But you standing right in front of her and you can't see it. I didn't know she had breasts. I'm sorry, I didn't notice. I'm married. I breasts. I haven't seen any breasts but my wife's breasts since we got married. I didn't even know women still grew those. And if it makes you feel better, okay, you didn't see them. Looked like two big brown bowling balls stuffed down the front of her shirt. But you didn't see them. You didn't see them. And they was half sticking out. But you didn't see them. You didn't see them. Because you're married. Do whatever it takes to get you by. Like, okay. You're married. All right, y'all. I got to get out of here. Yeah. Lamont Jones. Hey, whatever it takes. Lamont Jones ain't seen no breasts. And I don't know how long. I know he ain't. Except for his wife. That's it. That's all he does see. That's it. He ain't seen no nice, full lips. You know, where they put all that lip gloss on them and then outline them. And they put the lip gloss on them so it looked like they just licked their lips. I hate doing that. That's how ladies do it. So it look like they just licked their lips. They all lip glossed up and they nice and full and thick but I don't notice her lips. I don't notice her lips. Stop it. You can see the words before they come out of her mouth. You can't keep your eyes off of that woman's lips. I didn't see her lips. Your wife will even be like, she has some nice lips. I didn't even know she had lips. I was thinking she might need surgery to get lips. Like, I didn't see no lips. Ladies, not that I'm telling y'all nothing y'all don't know, but nice full lips are really attractive. Natural. Not that injected stuff. That just looks painful. That looks painful. But nice, full, natural lips. All right, y'all. I got to get out of here. I do. I got to get out of here. Go up here and get in trouble. I heard you down there talking about booties and titties and lips, legs and thighs. Hey, baby, I wasn't talking about nothing. You must have heard something different. I don't know what you think. No, I wouldn't do that. I would be like, yep, so was. And we would laugh about it. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Oh, it is almost 9 o'clock. Why did y'all keep me here this daggone long? I got to get out of here. Everybody, enjoy the rest of your evening. And if you can, maybe not this evening. I'm not going to put the pressure on you this evening to do it. But sometime between tomorrow morning when you wake up and the next time we see each other, I want you to be the reason that somebody smiles. Till next time, I'm out, y'all. Peace.